Hi students, we already completed plant tissue. Today we can study animal tissues. You know there are different tissues in our body. The digested food that reach each and every part of the body with the help of blood. Blood is a type of tissue. We can move our body parts with the help of muscles. That muscles are another type of tissues. We are receiving the signals from the environment with the help of nervous tissue. That means different types of tissues are present. So we can broadly classify them as epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue and nervous tissue. We can study one by one. The first one is epithelial tissue. The covering or the protective tissue is the epithelial tissue. It is present on the surface. In the skin, the lining of the mouth, esophagus, lung alveoli, blood cavities, everywhere you can see this epithelial tissue. The main function is protection. So the cells are so tightly arranged without intercellular space. The materials which are entering into the body and which are leaving from the body both cross this epithelial membrane. The epithelial cells is separated from the underlying tissue by fibrous basement membrane. And based on the shape, epithelial tissue is classified into different types. And the first one is squamous epithelium. The first type is known as the squamous epithelium. These squamous epithelial cells are flat cells. You can see this squamous epithelium in the lining of mouth, esophagus, lung alveoli, blood vessels, etc. Here the cells are very thin and flat. It is very thin, so it is known as the simple squamous epithelium. It is simple squamous because only one layer you can see. That helps in the transportation of materials. The squamous epithelial cells also present in the skin, but there many layers are present. So it is known as stratified squamous epithelium. It is stratified squamous epithelium that is present in the skin. Skin is made up of stratified squamous epithelium. Function is protection. Okay. If you examine the tissue of the lining of intestine, there you can see some tall elongated cells, and these epithelial cells are known as the columnar epithelium. These are tall and elongated cells. The function is absorption and secretion. And the columnar epithelial cells in the respiratory tract contain in the free surface many hair-like structures, and these hair-like structures are known as the cilia. Such columnar epithelium with cilia are called ciliated columnar epithelium. Ciliated columnar because these are elongated cells but they bear cilia. Cilia means small hair-like structures on the free surface. These are normally present in the respiratory tract. Cilia help to push the mucus forward and clean the tract. Okay. Now, if you examine the ducts of salivary glands, there you can see another type of epithelium, cube-like epithelium. These are known as cuboidal epithelium. These cube-like cells are known as the cuboidal epithelium. Okay, it provides mechanical support. So there are different types of epithelium. Squamous epithelium, they are flat cells. Columnar epithelium, elongated. Columnar epithelium with the cilia called ciliated columnar epithelium. Cuboidal epithelial cells are cube-like epithelium. Okay, it is normally present in the ducts of salivary glands and in the kidney tubules that provide support. And some epithelial cells are specialized to secrete some substances. These are known as the gland cells. Sometimes they infold inside, they make some foldings inside and it become multicellular glands. That is a specialized case of epithelial cell. Okay, that is about epithelium. Now we can move to the next type of tissue, that is muscular tissue. Muscular tissue is made up of muscle fibers. You know, we move our body with the help of muscles. Muscles contain specialized contractile proteins that contract and relax and result in the movement of the body. And there are some muscles that we can control. They are known as the voluntary muscles. At the same time, there are other type of muscles, their action we cannot control. These are known as the involuntary muscles. Okay, so 3 different types of muscles are normally there. These are striated muscle, then unstriated muscle and cardiac muscle. First one is striated muscle. Striated muscle. It is otherwise known as the skeletal muscle because it is attached to the skeletal system. It is normally cylindrical in shape. These muscles are cylindrical in shape and it has alternate light and dark striations. Okay, and it is multinucleated also. So which are the different characters of striated muscle? Cylindrical in shape, they are voluntary, striations are present, then multinucleated and unbranched. Okay, these are the different characters of striated or skeletal muscles. They are cylindrical in shape, they are voluntary, their striations are present, and it is multinucleated and it is unbranched. The second type is known as the unstriated muscles. From the name itself you know the striations are absent. So the first character, striations absent. Okay, they are spindle shaped like this. These are arranged like this, spindle shaped, and they are uninucleated. And next character, it is unbranched, and moreover these are involuntary. It is present in the uterus, in the esophagus, like that. So internal organs, these type of muscles are there. It is involuntary, these are unbranched, these are uninucleated, spindle shaped and striations absent. And the third category is known as the cardiac muscle. Cardiac. You know, cardiac means it is related to heart. These are present in the heart. These are also cylindrical in shape, but here branches are present. It is branched, then uninucleate, then it is involuntary. We cannot control the action of heart muscles, and very light striations are present. Light striations present, not that much of striated muscle, but faint striations we can see there. So which are the characters of cardiac muscle? They are cylindrical, branched, uninucleated, involuntary, and having light striations. Okay, these are the different types of muscles in our body. Striated muscle, it is normally attached to the skeletal system. This unstriated, it is present in the internal organs, and cardiac muscle is present in the heart. Okay, and these all the three muscles with their characters are very important. Study all these things, and the remaining types of tissue, that is connective tissue and nervous tissue, we will study in the next class. Okay, thank you.